Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we take a look at Butterfly, a game designed by Stephen Glenn and published by Rio Grande Games. This compact box has probably a kind of childish look, but is actually a game for kids. Let me tell you a little bit how it plays. In Butterfly, you are helping Hatso the Hedgehog going around the field, eating butterfly, eating flowers, and find maybe bees and wasps. On your turn, you can rotate the hedgehog either to the left or to the right, or keep it as it is and move it then in a straight line and pick up the tiles where the hedgehog is gonna land into. And that's it. These are the rules. And remember, you cannot move the hedgehog in an empty tile. If in that movement you cross a butterfly net, you can also draw a random tile from the bag and add it to your board. Players will score points based on the type of tiles they've collected. This is a set collection game. Players will score points based on the type of tiles they've collected and the combination of those tiles. For example, Butterfly will just score the face value print on it. Flowers, that will score points based on the total number of flowers that you have. Only the highest Dragonfly will score. On the other hand, only the lowest Firefly will score. Then if you grab a bee, it's worth -3 points, but if combined with a honeycomb, you will score the value at the bottom right of the honeycomb. Wasps are always negative valued. And finally, grasshopper is kind of funny. Every time you pick a grasshopper, the previous one you had have to be discarded, so only the last one can be held on the player board. The game ends when there's not a valid move for a player to make, basically mean in any direction the player goes is gonna face an empty tile. The game is that simple and yet offers good choices. How many butterfly am I gonna get? Do I go for the number of butterfly, for the big butterfly? There are some butterfly that actually have multiply. So do I go for, I see a multiplier for the blue butterfly. Do I need to get more blue butterfly to increase my scoring points? Oh, in front of me there's a big honeycomb, but the honeycomb is worth 0 if I do not associate with a bee. And maybe there are not many bees around, and so do I have enough time to get a bee before other player get those? And then there's all that pull and push with the grasshopper. You grab a big one, but you don't want to grab a second one because the big one is gonna run away. And then the dragonfly, you always want to find a bigger one that's gonna be the one to score. And also you want to remove the big points for the opponents. And the reverse, it can be said for the fireflies. Wasps are kind of worth negative points and kind of easy to avoid. However, the bubbling experience at the beginning that you have with many choices, many tiles to pick, it fades away very rapidly. The more you play, the emptier the board gets and the less choices you have. At the end of the game, I really found myself in the last 2-3 turns, to have 2-3 tiles to pick from, and you end up picking the least worst among them. Avoiding a wasp is very easy. So I kind of, whatever, I'm gonna take this as better than nothing. And then the game ends very abruptly when a player cannot take a turn. Even crossing the butterfly net, the designer wants to add some sort of push your luck element. You draw the ball from the bag, you don't know what you get. You may get a wasp. But all the other titles are so good that compared to the negative points of wasp, there's no reason really not to pick from the bag. Yes, you say, oh, there's also the bee, but you can find a honeycomb, and again, it's -3 compared to whatever you can find. It's a slam dunk choice. Really, everyone should pick up from the bag, no matter what. However, this game I think is gonna be very good for kids. If you have a family with kids, the game says 9+. I think even a 7 or 8 years old can play this game. You can have a very good time. The game teaches to plan ahead, in terms of what you're gonna collect. What is the best strategy? Which tiles will give you the highest score possible? If you take a bee, you better remember to collect also a honeycomb. And it also teaches the kids to prepare or avoid to set your opponent in a good position to get a very high scoring tile. And finally, there's the spatial element, the spatial puzzle element that is always good and always challenging for the kids. So I highly recommend. For the adults or for experienced gamer, definitely is, it sounds very easy and not many meaningful choices. It's very quick, so maybe that is a quick filler between the big games that can be introduced. It's definitely good quality components, and also it could be a very good game for those who are not into the hobby. You know, you have some friends over that they are not into board games and you want to introduce something simple, quick, fast, and also somehow engaging. I'm telling you, the first game, I enjoy my time. After 2-3 games, I kind of seen it, everything. You know, you figure out what's the best strategy, you figure out what are the tiles that give you the most points, and then you go for it. And so at the end of the day, it's kind of, you know, Samantha had more opportunity to get those tiles. So having said that, this is probably something that I'm not gonna keep in my collection for too long. I'm gonna give it maybe 1 or 2 times another go to see if I can find other reason to keep it, but I don't think this is gonna stay. But if you have a family, definitely check that out. The look, it will attract definitely the kids. The nice tiles, the wooden hedgehog is very nice to touch and play with it. So definitely you're gonna have good times. And if you like this video, don't forget to click the button below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram, and share with your friends. You know the drill. This is not your first YouTube video, am I right? Thank you very much, and see you next time. Ciao.